far beyond the familiar spiral arms of the Milky Way, where even starlight seemed hesitant to wander. A fleet of sleek, mirror-surfaced ships floated in the cold dark like a swarm of metallic beetles basking in cosmic silence. They pulsed with an eerie silver glow, each vessel humming with strange alien energy. Inside the largest of these spacecraft, shaped like a blade forged by stars, a group of beings from the Zorian Arm Medic Alliance stood clustered around a shimmering hologram of a small blue planet, Earth. Their supreme commander, the fearsome Zor Black Nine, towered over the others. With 6 long arms folded across his barrel chest and his deep violet scales catching the flickering lights from the control panel, he radiated disdain. His eyes, slit like a predator's, narrowed as he jabbed one clawed finger at the rotating globe in the center of the display. "Observe this miserable pebble," he declared in a voice that echoed through the chamber, deep and thunderous. "They squabble over invisible lines drawn in dirt, deify the most foolish among them, and set fire to their own atmosphere. They're on a countdown to extinction. Let's take their resources before they finish the job themselves." Beside him, Vina, his sharp-minded second-in-command, leaned in with a tilt of her elongated head. Her antennae twitched in mild disgust as she scanned a feed showing 2 humans screaming over a reality TV show debate. "They're unbearably loud," she muttered, her nose wrinkling. Then she paused, zooming in on a bizarre scene. A man in a supermarket aisle dancing with a raw fish strapped to his forehead. "What ritual is that?" she asked, genuinely puzzled. A chorus of high-pitched alien laughter rang out in response. Their chirping voices bounced off the ship's metallic walls. To the Zorians, Earth was less of a planet and more of a galactic joke, one they dubbed Sector 12's embarrassment. Their plan was simple: mine it, strip it bare, and vanish before its unstable inhabitants noticed. Meanwhile, far below on Earth, in a small town tucked quietly into Colorado's pine-covered hills, Dr. Emily Carter was hunched over her computer in a dim lab. Her glasses slid down her nose as she stared at the latest data streams, her brow furrowed. Something in the energy readings didn't add up: strange spikes, erratic and unnatural. "Jake, come here," she called out, motioning toward her monitor. Her young intern, Jake Thompson, bounded over with a coffee in one hand and a splotch of it already soaking into his shirt. He looked groggy, but when he caught a glimpse of the screen, his eyes widened. "Whoa," he breathed. "Is that like a UFO signature or something?" Emily opened her mouth to answer, but just then the ground shook beneath them. A deep, thunderous rumble rolled through the building, followed by a blinding flash outside the lab window and then a muffled boom in the nearby forest. Jake blinked. "Tell me that's not what I think it is." In the dense woods on the outskirts of town, a Zorian scout vessel had smashed into a rocky hill, carving a small crater and sending birds screaming into the sky. Inside the smoldering wreck, Commander Krill, who was notoriously grumpy even on good days, coughed through a cloud of smoke and sparks. He cursed in his native tongue, kicking at the sparking remains of the ship's control panel. "This primitive mudball," he growled, slamming a fist against the wall. "Why in the galaxies did I sign up for this mission?" The ship's hatch hissed as it opened, and Krill stumbled out, boots crunching over pine needles and frost. He sniffed the crisp night air and immediately recoiled. The scent of conifers mixed with something rotting, disgusting. He spat. A rustle from the nearby bushes made him spin around. Emerging from the underbrush came a man with wild gray hair, wearing an oversized army coat and holding a dented beer can. His boots were mismatched, and his beard looked like it had been growing since 1998. "Hey there, little fella," said Earl, locally famous as the town's only homeless man. He blinked at Krill's scaled skin and extra arms without even flinching. "You look lost." He held out the beer. "Want a sip?" Krill froze, blinking at the fizzing, cold container. His crew had just begun filing out behind him when Earl took a big swig himself, burped like a cannon, and tossed the can into the bush. "To your health," he said, flashing a grin missing 3 teeth. One of Krill's junior officers, a jittery rookie named Rix, stared at Earl in horror. "Commander, they consume strange liquids from metal vessels and then dispose of the containers. This species is unstable." Krill narrowed his eyes. "Focus. We need intel. Zorblack 9 wants a complete scan of this civilization." He yanked a handheld S-key scanner from his belt and powered it on only for the device to flicker once and shut down. "Of course it's broken," he muttered. "What now?" Back in the forest, Emily and Jake were picking their way through the darkness, their flashlight beams slicing through the trees. The energy readings were stronger now, pulsing from deeper within the woods. "Did you hear that?" Jake whispered. They froze. A squirrel darted across the path, its chattering echoing off the branches. "False alarm," he said, sighing in relief, just as a sudden shaft of blue light shot skyward from the direction of the crash site. "That's it," Emily gasped. "Let's go." Back at the impact crater, Krill slapped the side of the scanner again. "Earth's magnetic interference is scrambling the system," he growled. "Switch to the backup." Rix fumbled with the secondary unit, but before he could activate it, a swarm of mosquitoes descended like a dark, buzzing cloud. The aliens shouted, swatting desperately. "Why did they attack in groups?" Krill yelled, dancing backwards. "They're primitive insects," Rix cried, "and they bite." Just then, Earl reappeared, now wielding a long stick like a wizard with a staff. "Y'all need help?" he asked cheerfully. "This here's bear country, folks. You ain't from round here, huh?" Before Krill could process that, there was another noise, a twig snapping, followed by a gasp down the trail. Grandar Rosa, a retired librarian out on her evening walk, stood frozen in place. Her shopping bag dropped to the ground. "Dios mio," she whispered, eyes wide. "Are those space lizards?" With trembling hands, she fished a canister of pepper spray from her oversized purse and pointed it toward Earl and the group. "Earl, get back!" "They're probably communists at the crash fight." Emily and Jake reached the clearing just as Grandma Rosa sprayed Krill in the eye. "Human aggression," Rick shouted, ducking bend a rock retreat. "Wait, we're rationalists," Emily yelled. Holding up her hands, "We just want to talk." Krill, blinded and furious, activated his emergency beacon. "This planet is hostile," he wheezed. "Evacuate as the aliens flood into FutureWorlds." Jake picked up a strange device that they dropped. "Look at this," he said. "It's a hologram projector." The image flickered, showing a map of Earth labeled "Eat Hell." Reclamation P and dang. Emily frowned. "What have we gotten ourselves into?" Zorblack slammed a clawed hand on the ship's control panel. "You let a human elder defeat you with pepper spray," he roared at Krill, who was nursing his burning eyes in the medical bay. This mission was supposed to be simple. Vina floated nearby, her tentacle-like appendages tapping a screen. "Sir, the data from the scout ship is OD," she said. "Earth's atmosphere I laced with ancient energy signatures. It's like nothing we've seen." "Nonsense, Caesar." Block snap. "Deploy the terraformer, turn their skies pink, let them choke on litter for all I care on Earth." Emily and Jake poured over the AL hologram and fair. "Lab this map, it's not just air source scan," Emily muttered. "Look at these symbols. Reclamation price and designation." Jake squinted. "You think Earth was a jail for who?" Before she could answer, the sky darkened. A massive Azorian ship loomed overhead, firing a beam of shimmering light. Birds dropped from the sky, trees wilted. "That's not good," Jack said, grabbing his phone. "I'll call the sheriff in Yellowstone National Park." The terraforming beam hit a Durant volcano. The ground shook, geysers erupted. Sarah Mitchell, the journalist, was filming a segment on hiking trails when Earth split open. "This is Sarah Mitchell reporting." "White is he?" she screamed as lava bubbled behind her back. In Colorado, Grandma Rosa loaded her shotgun I told Earl those aliens were trouble, she muttered, marching toward the crash fight. Time to teach them some manners, men, while Krill's replacement team treat again. They aimed a tractor beam at a farmhouse, hoping to abduct Farmer Ted Spry's bow instead. The beam yanked up a porta-potty. The aliens gagged as it exploded against their ship. This planet is broken, Rick's groaned in space. Vina discovered the truth buried in old files. Earth was once Level L, a prison for the universe's worst criminals at Sunstable. Core violent ecosystems and relentless predators were designed to torture inmates. Humans, it seemed, were the accidental descendants of those who served, sir. Vina said, her voice trembling. We need to leave now, Zorblack's N, in order full invasion burn. Thesides take what we want, but Earth had other plans. Sarah Mitchell's live stream went viral. Millions watched as lava swallowed her tripod, her final words showing online, "They're not gods, they're idiots." The video racked up billions of views. Memes flooded the internet. Aliens vs. Yellowstone Round 1 goes to Earth on the Zorian flagship. Vina replayed the clip. Sir, the human era mocking us, she said, and Earth's core is destabilizing the terraformer. Woke some effing ancient Zorblacks and Growleth and will hit them harder. Sent the plasma drones in Colorado. Granda Rosa sat on her porch, cleaning her shotgun. Earl brought her a plate of Tamil. Hard, you're the hero of the hour, he said. Hemp, those lizards messed with the wrong planet, she replied past the Saltner B. Emily and Jake decoded more alien tech. This file mentions containment protocols. Emily said like Earth was hackage, but for what Jake shuddered. Whatever it was, I'm glad it's gone. In Yellowstone, the volcano range ash blocketh. Son, Farmer Ted evacuated. His cattle but paused to glare at the alien ship. You messed with the wrong rock, he muttered, filming the chaos on his phone. His video caption: Aliens vs. Supervolcano, place your bets on Feship. Sia, a low-ranking historian, hacked into the archives. Her eyes widened by stars. She whispered, Earth wasn't just a prison, it was a torture chamber. The ancient warlords sent here had been torn apart by earthquakes. Predators and each other humans were their accidental distance. Finina CA said, pulling hair aside. If the terraformer breaks Earth's core, it'll release whatever's buried down there. We'll all die. Vina paled. Zorblack's N won't listen, he's stubborn. Meanwhile, Krill's team tried again to abduct a human. They targeted a grocery store, aiming for a toddler clutching a candy bar. The mother screamed. The alien chuzzled. Why aren't they running? Rick asked. Because humans are crazy, Krill snapped. Retreat. As they fled, the toddler waved the candy bar at them. Bye-bye, space lizards. Back in space. CA leaketh files to Emily's laptop. A message epped up. Earth is level 8 hell. You're standing on a grave. Be careful. Emily starred at the screen. Jake, we need to warn everyone, but it was too late. Thegron shook again. Something beneath Yellowstone was waking up. The plasmadrones descended like glowing hornets, firing beams that melted roads and set forests ablaze. In Colorado, farmer Ted drove his tractor, attached a hay bale to a chain, and swung it at the nearest drone. The bally exploded into flames midair, showering the machine in burning hay. Take that, you overground firefly, yelled as the drone crashed into a cornfield nearby. Grandma Rosa crouched on her rooftop shotgun. Named a drone hovered overhead, scanning her house. Boom, blasted its camera lens. Next time aim better, she shouted, reloading. Meanwhile, in the lab, Emily and Jake rigged the alien hologram device to a satellite dish. If we reverse the signal, maybe we can fry their system, Emily said, typing furiously. Jake duct taped cables together. Why are we using duct tape, he asked. Because it's Earth, Emily replied. Duct tape fixes everything. In the Zorian ship, Vina confronted Zorblock 9. The humans are adapting, they're using our tech against us. Nonsense. I barked. They're primitives. CA interrupted, holding a data ad. Sir, Earth's core is cracking. If we keep this up, we'll unleash whatever was imprisoned. Here we're not just fighting humans, we're fighting Hellzor. Black and glared. Then we'll fight harder. Back in Colorado, Sarah Mitchell filmed Ted's flaming hay bale stunt. This is insane, she told her camera, who knew tractors could be weapons. Stay tuned. Aliens hate surpriser live stream hit 50 million views. Krill's team sent to capture Emily found themselves cornered by townsfolk wielding pitchforks, golf clubs, and Avery. Angry goat retreat. Krill Yellow dripping over a garden gnome. These humans are feral in the lab. Emily activated the modified dish of pulse asteroid into the sky, disabling 3 drones. Instantly, yes, Jake cheered, but the ground shook. A deep rumble chode from Yellowstone. The volcano was done yet on the ship. See, a leaked Emily's location to the humans. A message up on Jake's phone. Find the historian. She has answers. Emily frowned. This isn't over. It's just beginning. Emily stood in a dusty field facing Salath, rogue alien historian. You leaked the files. Emily said, folding her arms like as antennae drooped. Your planet is a tomb. My people are too arrogant to see. But if we keep fighting, Earth's core will crack and whatever's buried there will escape. Before Emily could reply, a blackened shuttle landed nearby. Venice stepped out alone. We need to talk, she said in the ship's war room. Zor Black slammed his fists. Negotiate with humans. V stood firm. If we don't fix their ozone layer, the prison breaks. We'll all die in there. Tractor weapons are effective. Begrudgingly, Zor blocks agreed. Back on Earth, Emily, Jake, and Sarah met Thelians in a makeshift tent. Grandma Rosa lurked nearby, shotgun in hand. No trick, she warned. Vina projected a hologram of Earth. We repair your atmosphere, she said. In exchange, share your culture, food, music, memes. Sarah snorted. You want memes? Find them fascinating, Vina admitted. Jake whispered to Emily, they're obsessed with cat videos. We've got them. And Millie stepped forward. Agree, but add one thing, leave and never come back. Sword Black's voice boomed over the Kansas. Unacceptable, Zella intervened. Sir, the Karai's fracturing. We have no choice. Ladderth. Aliens deployed machines to heal Veski's. Humans washed skeptical. Farmer Ted leaned on his tractor. Think they'll stick to the deal? Doubt it. Emily said, but we got their tech now and their weak spot. Grandma Rosa grinned. Next time they'll think twice before messing with a help planet. As the aliens retreated, Caliph a final message on Emily's laptop. Pure stronger than you know, but their all hell isn't gone. It's waiting. Sarah filmed it. All her next headline. Alien surrender to Earth's chaos. Orblax stood on the bridge of his ship glowering at Earth. This isn't over. Hehist, mark my words, when the true level 8 hell arrives, you'll beg for our help. Rolled her eyes. Sir, the ozone layer is repaired. Their memes are uploaded. Can we go? As the armada prepared to leave, Thelians deployed a final gift, a shimmering machine to stabilize Earth's core. It hummed loudly, then shot a beam into the ground. The Yellowstone volcanic-whited birds returned. Farmer Ted stared at the sky. They actually fixed something on the ground. Emily and Jake watched the machine glow. Think it'll hold? Jake asked. Doubted. Emily said, Butet buys us time. Grandar Rosso Faproach shotguns slung over Hershalder. Those lizards left faster. Tana cat at a dog show, she said. Good riddance. Sarah filmed the aliens retreat. Breaking news, Earth's new reputation. Nobody messes with a hell planet. She narrated exclusive footage. Shows Zorblack 9 flipping us off literally on Faship. Sia handed Fanina a data chip. Giveth this to Emily when you're gone. She said it's a map for when the real trouble starts. Vina pocketed it. You're risking a lot. I've seen what's buried here. Care plied in humans. They're oddly brave for a bunch of disasters back on Earth. As the last ship vanished, the town threw a block party. Earl danced with the Zoriandrone he repurposed into a disco bell. Grandma Rosa taught aliens to line dance via hologram. Jake grilled burgers using alien tech. It's like a microwave but louder. Emily found a data chip. Bina left it. Read, the prison is old. The locks are weak. Be ready. She sighed. This isn't themed in. Jake handed her a burger. We'll deal. We've got duct tape. Tractor sand a grandma who fights aliens. What's the worst that could happen in space? Zorblex and brooded. They think they've won. Her muttered, but Earth is a ticking bomb band. When it explodes, he smirked. We'll sell tickets. The stone door groaned open, revealing a cavern glowing with eerie blue light. Emily stepped forward, her flashlight trembling. Hello, she called. Voice answered again, a deep guttural growl that shook dust from the walls. Jake gripped her arm. Bad idea. Letting go, but Grandma Rosa shoved past them. Shotgun raised. If it's a monster, I'll shoot it. If it's an alien, I'll also shoot it. Inside the cavern, they found a chamber filled with chains, massive arrested chains bead to the floor, and in the center, etched into the rock, was a symbol. Lil at hell do not realize. Meanwhile, on the surface, Farmer Ted's tractor sputtered as the ground shook again. His cows stampeded and the sky turned green. What incarnation, he muttered, filming. It all Sarah's phone buzzed. Breaking Yellowstone supervolcano now superportal, she groaned. Why is my job never boring underground fuels? Began to bleed black sludge. Emily wiped it on her glove. It's not organic, she said. It's energy like the Zoriantech. Jake backed toward the door. Emily's moving the sludge pulled into a humanoid shape, tall, jagged, with glowing red eyes. It spoke in the same ancient language, but this time Emily understood. Free us on the Zorian ship. Vina stared at Earth's feed, sir. The core stabilizers failing, the prison's locks are breaking. Zor Black and smirked. Good, let them fight their own nightmares. Caglered, you're worse than the warlords. At least they had honor back in the cavern. Grandma Rosa fired at the shadowy figure. The bullet passed through it. Useless. She snapped. Wait, Emily shouted. It's note attacking. It's trapped. She held up Sila's data chip. This symbol, it's a keyed figure. Hiss, you know us. You're the warlords, Emily said. Earth was your prison, but someone's trying to free youth. Ground shook violently. More chain snapped on the surface. Sarah's screen flashed. Ancient alley and war. Lord is EVS humans who rub you inside. This is why I majored in journalism underground. The warlord linged at Emily. Jake tackled her. Azadia's Grandar Rosa swung the pickaxe. The creature dissolved into smoke, then reformed. Foolish humans. We are legion and we are hungry above them. The volcano erupted again. The block party raged on. Farmer Ted blasted country music through his Orion speaker, while Earl tried to teach aliens via hologram how Tot was step. Grandar Rosa won a burritoting contest against a curious Fininaho. Later admitted your spices area aggressive, but Emily sat alone staring at Circa's data chip. What did you mean they're all trouble? She muttered. The next morning the core stabilizing machine began to groan deep. Underground something stirred in Yellowstone. Geologists reported strange carvings glowing on the volcano's walls, symbols matching the ones on Emily's hologram. This isn't natural, Jake said, squinting at the images. It's a warning. And Spachaser Black says arm matter received distress signal. A garbled voice crackled. They're awake. The prison is breaking. Earth is calling them home. Vina frowned at sir. The humans might need not our problem. Zor Black snapped. Let's see how they handle real hell back on Earth. Sarah's latest headline went viral. Volcano carvings, ancient art or alien graffiti. Beneath the article a commenter joked, at least the aliens left us at Yelp review. Great chaos would investigate, but Emily wasn't laughing. The dataship revealed coordinates to a buried structure under Dura. Yellowstone, we need to go there, she told Jake. Now in the volcanoes. Shadow. The team hiked to the side. Grandma Rosa leading the way with Apicax. If there's ancient evil down her, she said, I'll hit it with this. They found a massive stone door etched with Alien runes. As Emily touched it, the ground shook. The carrings lit up and a voice boomed, not in English, not in Zorbland, but in a language that made their bones ache. Meanwhile, Farmer Ted's cow started mooing at the skybirds circled in unnatural patterns. Even the squirrel seemed watchful. Jake swallowed. What is that thing underground? Emily gripped the data chip. I think we're about to find out. Deep below something laughed, a sound older than mountains. The warlord. Smoke swirled toward the ceiling, growing larger. Your world will burn, it hissed. Emily thrust the data chip into the cavern wall. Zilla's map, it's a control panel chip. Lit up. The chains glowed white hot on the surface. Farmer Ted revved his tractor, towing the core stabilizer machine toward the volcano. Oh, if it needs power, I'll give it power, Sarah. Film a drone swarming the sky. The aliens are back, she yelled. But so are the warlords. This is insane underground. Grandma Rosa swung the pickaxe again, striking a glowing rune. The warlord howled. Gotchash, muttered Jake. Grabbed Emily's hand. What's the plan? We trap them inside Earth, she said, like before in the Zorian ship. Vina hijacked the control CA. Now CA fired a beam at the stabilizer machine, supercharging it for Earth. She yelled. In the cavern the canes were formed, tightening around FutureWorlds. You cannot cage us again, it roared. Yes we can, Emily said, slamming chip deeper, and we'll keep caging you forever. The machine erupted in light. Warlord dissolved, sucked back into Rock the volcano when silent La Terza Black 9 glared at Earth. Yuck regrethus he spat Venus stood beside Sela knew you will never underestimate a hell planet as the Armada fled Sarah's livestream hit a new high. Aliens versus warlords. Humans win back home. The town slubber ate it again. Farmer Ted grilled victory burgers. Grandma Rosa accepted a meal and a lifetime supply of shotgun shells. Emily and Jake hugged exhausted but Circa's final message played on. Emily's laptop. The warlords are contained for no Earth's chaos makes it strong protected. Sarah's next documentary. Don't laugh at the hell planet and somewhere deep underground. The chain shelled.